Well, hi guys and gals, it's me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I got a couple of updates to show you on the Goofy cart. I've been working on the drive system today, and I have this set up down in here so that it gives me not only a bushing going through the frame, but a bearing out here. And I have two sleeves with standoffs that would make it pretty solid. And then I've got my inside chain now mounted again, and I got this back in place. And I was going to have an issue down in here where my radius rod comes on. Sorry for the shaky cam. So I ended up having to weld onto the end of the radius rod stub where it comes through and extend it out. And as you can see, I have a Teflon washer in there, and then I have a bronze bushing and another Teflon washer, and I still have to drill through here to put a cotter pin in there to hold that in place in the final iteration. But we're pretty well set to go. The chain is pretty tight, maybe too tight, I don't know. We'll find out once we try turning it. I was going to start it for you, but I haven't started this thing since, who knows, back well before the first of the year. I haven't started it since I put the new carburetor on, and the battery was pretty flat. So let's see what happens here. I've already put some gas in the carburetor. I have the choke on, and I have the charger on. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Oh, another thing I did, I modified these two wrenches so this is triangulated now, so my shifter works much better. Yep. So let's see what happens here. I would take that as a no, it's not going to happen here. Well, I guess I'm going to have to let it charge up overnight, and maybe tomorrow we can try it. I got the inside chain on here, and this roller is just clamped in place with a vice grip, as I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to mount that. I'm a little bit concerned. Before I had welded that keeper in here, you know, this and the piece that came from the railroad, I had plenty of clearance. But now look, something got twisted out of place there a little bit, and it's pretty tight down in there with the chain. It's almost right against the frame. So it's not quite, but really close. Not much room for wiggle. That don't make me very happy. That means when I would have thought it would have actually loosened up, because I had to tap that piece in, that rail clamp. This piece here, I had to tap it in, so it actually should have pushed this up and forward a little bit, which should have made that back come away. But oh well. It is what it is now. It's all welded in place. The only thing I could do, maybe, but then that would throw my chain alignment off here. If I came out further, maybe I could put a washer down in here and space it out just a little bit. So I do have a washer back here. And I could machine another groove on here to allow it to move out a little bit. We'll see what happens. Yeah, there is one washer down in there, and I suppose I could take that one and move it over here, but then my spring clip would be riding right against the bushing. I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. We'll see what happens there. I didn't want to hook this chain up going to the rear sprocket. I don't have the key in there, and I don't want to try spinning the wheels anyway, because I don't want to do it sitting up here on the bench, and I don't have things prepared to do that. But I thought if I could start the motor, and with this in neutral, it would not spin these sprockets until I shifted it in gear, and even if I shifted it in gear, it would only come back as far as here and run this. This would be spinning, but it wouldn't be driving the rear wheels, obviously. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed out a little bit there. I thought maybe I would get it going. I might have to replace that battery. It always started fine before, and I've had the positive cable unhooked since the last time I started it, and it was fine, but you know, batteries do go dead. And I got to tell you, this battery doesn't owe me anything because I got it from the dump. And I got it from the dump and I charged it up, and it's been holding a charge for over a year now. So, yeah. Oh, you know what? I guess I do have that clamped on there. I was thinking I didn't have that sleeve on there, but I do. And I don't have this belt tensioner on here, but that's nothing. I was just curious, you know, just curious. Wanted to see how it would go. Yeah. But that's where we're at. The drivetrain is ready to go. Now it's a matter of getting the battery to function, and we can give it a test run and see how our drivetrain works from the motor. Let's count them now. There's one pulley on the motor, another pulley on our transfer box, which that transfer box is off of a lawnmower mower deck. Then let's come around the other side. So there's two pulleys. And now you got to look down in here, and let's see what we can see. If I move this out of the way, maybe I can wipe the dust off and help you to see a little bit better too. See, then that comes down from the transfer box right there. That's actually our clutch right there. Yes, sir. And then we have an idler pulley there in the middle right there. And then the pulley there, whoa, trying to work backwards here. Pulley back there goes up into our transmission. So there's three more. That makes 5 pulleys. And it comes up through the transmission. And it comes out here. There's one sprocket. This is just an idler. Actually, one of those pulleys underneath is an idler. So we'll say 4 pulleys. Then 1, 2, another one on the inside, 3, another sprocket here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 4 pulleys and 8 sprockets to get to the rear wheels. Ought to be quite the thing when it's operating, to see all of these things spinning and turning all around. Woohoo! Wish that battery would come up. Yeah, well, we'll let her go for now. So that's out here. Now I'm going to take you into the house and show you what I got done in there. Hold on to your hats, because here we go. And through the magic of videography, here we are down in the basement. And this is kind of a metallic textured finish in here. Actually, it's a combination of things. I thought it was going to be more of a speckle finish, and that stuff ran out. And then I sprayed some of the truck liner I had left over on it, and that ran out. And then I started with this stuff, and I should have waited a little bit longer, because you can see I got some runs there, and it might even be one over there, I don't know. But that's the way it's going to be on the inside. Doesn't matter much. You know, it is Goofy Cart, and there will be a seat in here, and so it looks a whole lot better than it did, don't it? That's what I think anyway. And this should be a good background for the red seat. So now all I got to do is I'm going to do a little sanding along the top rail here, and finish cleaning all of this up. It's all dusty over here. I left it dusty on purpose so that if any overspray did end up over here, it would be easy to wipe off. Then I will give the whole body another shot of the matte black, and including this rail, and I will be spraying it from this angle from the outside. I sprayed the inside stuff just from the inside and just let it naturally go up onto here. So I will lightly sand this, mainly on the outside edge, and then we'll repaint this and paint our sides again and across the back to give it one more coat of the final matte black finish. And I'll have to get rid of my fingerprints on there. Yes, I will. That's what happens when you go picking it up with dusty fingers after you've been sanding. That's okay. We got to do that anyway. So yeah, so it won't be long now. Another coat of matte black, and finish all the black on here. Then we'll be talking flames, man, flames. Now remember, this is the Goofy Cart. It is sort of a rat rod, so we're not going for super fine finish. I'm not filling and then using putty and 15 coats of primer and sanding and block sanding and all of that kind of stuff. We're just going to get some color on it is the main thing, and then we'll let that dry for a few days. So I'm hoping, today is Wednesday, possibly by the weekend I may be able to start laying some flames on this thing. How cool will that be? Yes, sir, Bob. I'm stoked. Yep. Then once all of that is dry, then we'll have to start working on putting all of this stuff together, you know, our dashboard and the firewall and our windshield. I've got to do some work on this. Got to grind this and sand it and all that and get it painted. So plenty to do still, plenty to do. Until next time, this is George. The Shade Tree Fix-It Man, working on the Goofy Cart. Thanks for watching, for subscribing, and for commenting. I really enjoy the comments and responding to them. We've had beautiful weather the last few days, but it's about to change. It was in the middle 50s today. Tomorrow it's only going to be in the 40s, and then by Friday it's going to be down into the 20s and 30s, and we're expecting 4 to 8 inches of snow Friday into Saturday. Fun and games. Midwinter thaw is all gone. Hope it's good where you are. I got my custom air filtration system going on up there. Time to turn it off and pull it in. Bye now.